This is Heart.
Tomorrow would have been the start of Standon Calling 2020. It must feel a bit odd for you this year.
Well, I know, the first time in 15 years. It really is. We've had some ups and downs in that time, but nothing has stopped Standon Calling in its tracks like coronavirus has this year. So it is a shock, but we will deal with it, and we will come back stronger. And I've been really focusing on looking at the lineup that we're going to bring, some bits of the 2020 lineup, and some other things up our sleeve for new things for 2021.
Is it a big disruption, for 2020? How far down the line are you always organising? So, what kind of disruption did it cause?
Well, coronavirus hit us in March, so we just announced our lineup, which had gone down really well. We'd sold quite a few tickets off the back of that. And then we were getting ready to effectively, that home straight from about April to July, which unfortunately then nothing was going to happen. We held out for as long as we could. We thought about September, and ultimately it just wasn't going to work, and we had to sort of in the end decide that sadly for the first time in 15 years it was not going to be at least a physical show in the Valley of the River Rib in Hertfordshire for this year.
Such a shame. But you have got some exciting news for the weekends. That's something you're doing. So share with us what's happening.
Well, yeah. So we couldn't really have Standon Calling weekend without anything happening. So we have looked at what we can do to mark the festival. It would have been the 15th anniversary. And we've decided to focus it on one day, this coming Saturday. And we've decided to kind of really focus it around what really makes Standon Calling. So obviously Standon Calling is about the massive, big international acts. And it's also about breaking acts. But also, what makes Standon Calling special is the way our audience comes together. So we've decided to really focus it on our audience. We've got, the day will kick off with a yoga and dance class from the same teacher that would have been Helena, who would have been working in the in our wellbeing area. We're looking at we've got some of our street food traders involved. So the Cheeky Burger guys will be taking us through a cookery course on how to make the best festival burger.
Brilliant.
I'll be making a speech, but hopefully a bit more sober than I usually do on the Sunday night. And then obviously, one of the great things about Standon is over the last 10 years, how much of a family festival it has become. So we've got an area focusing on our kids, on the kids area. The other thing, of course, is we are now the country's largest dog-friendly festival. So of course we need there will be a dog show going on Saturday. I have a new puppy, actually, like other lockdown cliche people. And my puppy Achilles will be participating in his first dog show, which we're really excited about. One of the things about, obviously, that makes Standon unique, other than the dog show, is the swimming pool. And
a virtual swimming pool?
Well, we're gonna get as close as we can. So we're gonna ask everyone to get their paddling pools out.
Brilliant.
And Frank from the Groove Garden. The Groove Garden initially used to be by the swimming pool until it got moved. And there's a few Standon faithful who don't think that was a very good idea. So we're gonna bring back a virtual version of the Groove Garden. Frank, who's in Singapore, is going to be streaming a DJ set from Singapore, and we're hoping that everyone can get out their paddling pools and into their swimming costume and relive the glory days of the old Groove Garden. And if enough people do it, I might be persuaded to bring back the Groove Garden at Standon Calling 2021.
Wow.
and we will be encouraging everyone at home to post pictures of themselves in fancy dress for a fancy dress competition.
Have you got a hashtag or anything? How are they doing that? Twitter, Facebook?
If you hashtag Standon Calling at home, which is the hashtag for this whole event, and post it themselves. And also, if you send it to us, we'll post to us directly at Standon Calling Facebook or by info@standonCalling.com. We will then post it for you.
Do people go just to StandonCalling.com? Is this where they'll find?
Exactly. And then as we go into the evening, we're starting to focus on some music. So
I was going to say, we've not actually mentioned music yet, which is great. I mean, it shows you the diversity of Standon Calling. But yeah, what have you got planned for the music?
We'll be putting out YouTube clips of BBC introducing stage performances gone by, and also some of the recordings of the 2020, the acts that would have played that stage in 2020. Then, as we go a bit later, Standon Calling would not be Standon Calling without the Cuban Brothers. And then, as we go into the evening until 1 a.m., we will be Club de Fromage, who've become one of the great Standon Calling alongside the Cuban Brothers late night clubbing destinations. Will be doing a live stream.
I love it. Well, I wish you well for the virtual weekend. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And all eyes on Standon Calling 2021.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you and talk. We'll come back and talk to you all about it when we've got more to say.
This is Heart.